Woo! This is gonna be special. This is the most luxurious car that's ever been in studio, hands down. This one takes things to a whole different level beyond the stratosphere. It's the Maybach S580, the new one with the two-tone and the special funky features that exist only in a car that's at this level. This is Mercedes' Rolls-Royce killer, the Maybach. Let's just check out the front end. Here we have our digital lights, auto high beam functionality, incredible grille up front, stable and imposing front-facing camera. We have our variety of sensors, which are nicely hidden inside the grille. Above there, we have our classic Mercedes emblem. When you're sitting in the vehicle, the nice thing is you have this chrome line down the center of the hood leading right to the emblem and through it. I think this looks even better from the inside than it does from the outside. So we have a nice mix here of black and chrome and then the two-tone paint, which kind of says Maybach more than anything else. Now you can get this in a variety of configurations. I think this config is very elegant. Some might say it's the perfect specification. It's possible. We have this pinstripe, which is done by hand. It's a subtle touch, but when you approach it, your eye picks it up right away. Now you can spec this one out with a number of different wheel options. These are my absolute favorites, reminiscent of an AMG design from the late 80s, early 90s. My grandfather had one of those cars. This is just pure nostalgia for me. The Mercedes just wears this almost monoblock style so well. You can get your fancy spokes and stuff if you want. Those wheel options exist, but this is just so classic and so Mercedes. This would be my choice. You get a sense for just how grand the vehicle is. It is longer than you think, long enough to stretch your legs out in the back seat. That's right, this is one of those cars where the back seat is better than the front seat. I don't know, maybe you want to take a peek in the back seat at the moment since we have the windows down. Like, holy, this is better than your living room. You got the silver champagne flutes, recline functionality, footrest functionality, all types of screens. Then the front seat goes all the way forward, so you basically have first class travel with tables for eating or working. Everything is in here. It's a lot. Mercedes-Benz branding over here. Traditional style handle, but retracting, obviously cool factor, plus a little bit of improvements with the aerodynamic. You have this mix of Maybach branding and Mercedes branding going on. My favorite is this Maybach emblem on this rear pillar. It looks so timeless and obviously exclusive. You just don't see it nearly as often as the Mercedes branding. If we open up the trunk, what you're gonna notice is first, it's fairly cavernous. You got a decent amount of space in there. I also see a subwoofer on the side. Get Mercedes in the middle, S580 on this side. This thing is about 500 horsepower. It is a V8. I think there is a V12 model, but this is the model you're more likely to see, the V8 S580. It's not a cheap vehicle either, by the way. These things are very rare. Often you will see the price marked up above the sticker at the moment. Yeah, so check this out. S580 4MATIC, sienna brown, black exclusive Napa leather, high-tech silver metallic that's on the top there, obsidian black metallic on the bottom. You can option these things like crazy, including the executive rear seating package, $11,500 option, extended leather elements, $15,000, the two-tone paint, $20,000. Our sticker price, just under $300,000, 4-liter V8 bi-turbo, 496 horsepower exactly, and a top speed 210 kilometers an hour. Now, normally in a car video, I would just hop straight into the driver's seat. I'll do the same here, but I promise you the exciting part is still coming up because it happens in the back seat. I'm not gonna start it up right now. Instead, I'm just gonna turn on the electronics. So you can see that the steering wheel moved into place. We have a number of controls on the steering wheel, actually. Everything here for your adaptive cruise. We have some nav here, as well as multimedia controls for answering, ending phone calls, and so forth. A really unique feature, something I haven't seen before in a car, is this 3D display directly in front. So there's actually depth that you can see, which is enhanced by different drive mode selections, so that the various elements inside the display appear to be kind of stacked, almost moving forward. You also have a large heads-up display with all kinds of smart functionality. When we get this thing on the road, we'll see a lot more of that. We still have some manually controlled air vents, which I like because they are quick and easy to interact with. We have this huge display in the center, which has all your variety of functions, apps, comfort settings, vehicle settings. Look at the way the adjustment happens. Ambient lighting, as mentioned, is wild. You can see what happens. We will turn the lights off. Don't you worry. It's going to be an entire montage. And then other effects, operating feedback, warning support, and multicolor animation. Energizing comfort is pretty wild. This is an actual scent that's being pumped into the cabin via a little module sitting inside the glove box here. I can just pump it to the driver's side? Like, that's pretty crazy. And it comes with like a whole experience, visual, audio. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen that in a car before. Probably not. I assume not. That definitely takes things to another level. Something I almost missed, I don't want to forget. The sound system in here is ridiculous. It is a Burmester sound system, and it's got speakers everywhere, including this massive unit in the center here, creating a really surrounding type of sound. Also, there's just speaker units all over the place. Everywhere you see these metallic grills. You can see on the door alone, we have a giant unit down on the bottom, and then this unit up right around sort of your ear height. It comes out of the housing, and it is part of the ambient lighting setup. So you get a ring ambient light around the outside of it. You can control pretty much everything from this display. I can put up the rear shade, for example, back there, motorized. I can just go ahead and click close all. The ceiling ones, as well as the ones that are on the windows, but the windows happen to be down right now. Assistance systems are obviously very comprehensive. Active distance assist, active steering assist, lane change assist. We have collision avoidance, active braking. I mean, this thing has every sensor that you would want on a modern car, as well as your heads-up display, your parking sensors, lane keep assist. So anyway, you have some quick settings in this area as well. Okay, let's go ahead and look around the cabin a little bit. So you have this main area in the front here, which has your cup holders. There's a specific key location to sort of house the key in this cup holder. We have wireless charging for phones in this little area up here. You have two USB-C ports over here. Yes, this does support Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. And then you have this nice little button in order to close the door, the lid, more piano black. Behind there, we have this button, which releases these two little doors. They open down the center, and we have two more USB Type-C ports. There's a lot of USB-C in this car. So far, the count is already at 4. So that gives you an overview of what the driver can expect in the S580 Maybach, but that's not what this is about. This is a vehicle where the best seat is actually in the back. Let's go experience that. This is the magic seat. This is what the Maybach is all about. Limousine, private jet status. Probably the first thing that strikes you is these champagne flutes right here. That lets you know that you're experiencing something different than in other vehicles. And you can see the way they're gripped in there, staying comfy in the back seat. You can also interact with this touchscreen on the back of the passenger seat, or I can pop out this tablet in this location, and this is going to be a mirror of what I see on that display. So if I choose to watch some video here, it's also going to be pumped through to there, or I can just sit back and relax with the tablet itself, which is always charged because it's sitting in this nice little custom cradle. Seating package. You also have a wireless charger in a very well thought out location. Look how many USB Type-C ports are over there. That's 4. Plus you have a DC, and then you also have 2 HDMI ports, full size. So if you wanted to put some video source or a video game, you can. This is pure luxury. Take me anywhere with this suspension, with this audio system.